salmon stall in the Rossendale Valley, home of some quite substantial mill towers. We'll have a look through this little opening here. Looks like a public footpath but a private road, so for most of its course in this part of the valley, great big high walls, which you can see. A handy footbridge here, and there she is. Absolutely pretty as a picture in the cold spring sunshine. This looks more like sort of late spring and summer water, to be honest, all these little riffles and pocket pools. Oh, look at the shore here. Still only April and we've got such a lovely display of bluebells there. Absolutely gorgeous. The ferns are coming to life now as well. And there's a lovely little sort of wet fly spider run there, which I think I'm going to try that first with a nymph with a little maybe March brown dropper or something like that, or an olive, I don't know. And upstream of that we've got a lovely pool here, which I'll have to be careful to keep on this side because the other side's a private garden. And I just saw fish rise there, just in the sort of leisurely water of this pool upstream, so we'll see what materialises from that. Well, today it was just a quick session, maybe less than 2 hours. River looked pretty promising today, good level, but still that cold, biting sort of north wind early afternoon. I'd expect to see a few flies hatching at this time, olives or whatever, but nothing much coming off really, just the odd one or two. So first thing I tried was a couple of spiders down this lovely looking sort of mini pool and run, but no touches. So on this bit, a missed rise on the lightweight nymph. But worse still, a break off to the first proper take that I hit. Well, that was pretty well it for this lovely looking pool. Just that one take from a half decent fish, which resulted in a break off. Whether it was my fault for a bad knot, I don't know. I'll have to have a look at this tapered leader and maybe replace it. It's a little bit knotted in places, so totally my fault. But there we go with the nymph. Sometimes the takes can be quite aggressive. With a dry fly you can sort of measure your response, but with that sort of sudden draw of a nymph, with a fish turning away strongly with it and you striking at the same time, it can be disastrous. Might not have been a terribly big fish, but there we go. I think this pool's dead now. I don't know whether that's put it down or I think the flies have petered out a bit. Maybe the next hatch when it comes to. So what I'm tempted to do is wade up this bank and fish these streams up with a nymph, I think, to the weir. Now as I walked up to a deeper stretch above a weir, I noticed a good trout rising quite tight to the far bank. So changed to the dry fly. Carefully as I could, I slid myself into the near margin, very high banks, and I'd have to get right into the river to cast to him. And it was an awkward cast because it was square across the river with no back cast behind me, so I had to sort of back cast downstream and then try and switch it across at right angles. Far from being a textbook cast really. Now I just about got the distance, but there's a sort of rogue gust of wind just kept blowing the fly upstream. Couldn't quite go far enough across. Anyway, after umpteen attempts I got the fly on course, and it was just sort of passing over the trout's dining table. And what do you know, nice confident take, nicely timed gentle strike, and what a run downstream. Oh wow, it tore off. Wait, as soon as it leapt I realised the true size of it. It was a massive trout by my standards. Well, thankfully the old rim fly held it together. The old girl didn't jam or overrun or anything like that. Well, after this bit of a acrobatic display, it was more like playing, I don't know, a sort of slow moving snag really. Not a great deal going on, just exerting what pressure I could for what seemed like maybe an hour, but was probably more like a couple of minutes. Anyway, eventually the mighty fish decided it was going to have a desperate flurry of thrashing right in front of me, like you can see here, and that seems to exhaust it to some extent. It started wallowing a bit then, and after the second thrashing session it seemed quite knackered. Tangled up in the leader, and after some considerable chaos I eventually got it into the net. So absolute bloody magic on a dry fly as well. There was a lady up on the top of the bank on the footpath that passed by, and I got a round of applause. She'd seen the whole thing, and she managed to get a photo too, so everybody's happy. Maybe that's on Facebook somewhere, I don't know. Absolute pearl of a brown trout, look at that. Absolute classic. What we're calling that, a good 3 pounds, maybe bigger, I don't know. Absolutely made me season already, and we're not even out of April. Fantastic. Right, back you go, buddy. Pointless trying to fish on now. That's all my Christmases come at once, and I don't know, I just can't fish now. It just seems to be pointless. Might have ruined my season that now, because that should really have happened at September at the climax of the trout season, not sort of just as it gets going in April. So what a fish. Absolutely chuffed to little apples. So, if you like the content, please subscribe, share, and maybe give us a comment, and a bit of a thumbs up too. And I'll see you again next time. I think I might have to do something a bit quieter, a bit less stressful, like course fishing next week.